Well, here's my early teens Wisconsin N model, the 3.5 horse, which was Wisconsin's most expensive model they made. The amazing thing about this is how original it is. The grasp appears original, the knob. Um, it is missing the magneto, which would have went right here where these four holes are, but that can be acquired. But look at the original mobile gas decal, which that's original muffler can. I think that's a Scheibel. I think they called that carburetor. Original decal. What's interesting is it's on the side of the tank. I've never seen an original decal. They're always on this back panel back here, but they're never on this side panel, which that's new to me. It's going to be hard to restore this because it's so original, but that lower unit, I know some people like patina, but that whole thing is brass and bronze, and it would look magnificent restored. But look at if anybody had any doubts as to what color these, excuse me, these motors were, that still has quite a bit of its original gray, battleship gray paint. Basically almost like a primer color. There's even some remnants right here on the cylinder. It is stuck, but that might be because these magneto gears right in here, they might be stuck and not the cylinder. It's hard to say, but I'll get it unstuck. It's got the original little gas filler cap screw-in cover, and if they're missing, where do you get one? You have to have it machined or something. Original extensible lower unit. This whole lower unit, that bolt comes loose, that one comes loose, and this threaded, slotted pipe, this guy, I loosened it up a little. So the whole lower unit can raise and lower depth, which hence why this motor was the most expensive model. It's the only Wisconsin. They made some ruddered Wisconsins. The 1913 first year has this beautiful standalone crescent-shaped rudder. And then after that, a couple models, this model came with it, and a couple others you could order it with it. But they did not have, they were freestanding rudders on the other models. This did not have that lower kind of half-moon brass piece that's bolts to the bottom of the lower unit down there. You can see down under there to the skeg. And that's only this high-end model had that. But look at the condition of the prop and the rudder. I mean, no dents. I mean, a lot of times the prop is just roached. It's dented and scratched and really bad shape, which is normal. And these rudders, you see them with, pieces cut out of them to, if they thought a different shape was more efficient or who knows. But to find it fully intact and basically dent-free and pretty amazing condition for this motor. And, maybe it is that way. It does have this bad spot in the tank. That'll have to be dealt with. But maybe they seized it up early on and then it just sat in a barn from then on. And that's why it saved it. Maybe the first couple times out, they seized the motor on it. Maybe somebody didn't mix the oil right or something. And who knows? But it's in amazing condition. This was, like I said, this was a 3.5 horse model, much larger tank, little bigger cylinder head. Everything's just bigger and beefier. The rest of their motors were 1.5 horse. And look at that. That's original muffler can, no question. In an amazing condition as well. No dents or, all the holes are right. And, that's, the exhaust manifold with the really cool Wisconsin kind of scripty kind of logo on it. Pretty neat motor. I'm very fortunate to acquire it. Now the question is, if the tank didn't have this nasty hole and crunch. I probably would not consider restoring it. But to get that tank looking back right again, I don't know any way around it. And it would look incredible with all the brass and bronze castings all polished, because that whole lower end is all brass and bronze. It would look quite amazing. Like other ones I've done, they look great when you're done with a million hours on the buffing wheel, that is. But anyway, pretty neat motor. Very fortunate to have acquired one that's so original. Even if I can't get it unstuck, it'll be a display piece. And what I'll do is, if I can't, I know what original magneto came on it. I'm not going to say, well, I should say, I know what came on these. I'm hunting one right now, but if I can't get an original, any magneto would work as long as it mates up to the magneto shaft, and you can get it to bolt on, to this bracket here. So, I mean, just for cosmetic sake, an early horseshoe magneto that they used on numerous of those old gas hit and miss engines, which are lots of those out there. And there's a lot of magnetos that are like that you could get to mate onto there, just for, if I'm going to just display piece. If I want to get it running, that's a whole different ball. And you can still use a different kind, but then you got to be a little more meticulous about how it mates up to that shaft and how it mates onto the cylinder there, the cylinder head where the casting is, to get those. But you could make a little mounting bracket or something. That can all be done. Where there's a will, there's a way, and a little machining and such. But I don't know if this will be a runner or not. It depends if I can get that cylinder. Maybe this, like I said, maybe the cylinder's not stuck. Maybe it's just that magneto shaft is froze. That's possible. But it's stuck awful hard, which makes me think it is the pistons. I mean, this thing is rock solid. It ain't moving, which makes you think it is the piston. But if it is and we can get it unstuck, we'll really deal with that tank and see if we can get her running. So yeah, next project. I'm very appreciative to the gentleman who sold me. He knows who he is. Great guy. I've known him for many years in the Antique Outboard Club, and I'm very grateful to get this one for the collection.